see we are having two types of mixtures with us. There are two cases. In the first case, you can see that iron fillings and sulfur is there in the bowl, and in the second case you can see a sugar solution is there with us. Okay, we are having sugar solution. Now in this, sugar is completely dissolved, and after the process of dissolving, sugar disappears in the solution, right? Whereas in this first case, you can see that this is the first case and this is the second case. In the first case, you can see that iron fillings and the sulfur both are visible to us after mixing up also. Okay, so you can find the differences, isn't it? You can see the differences between the two. Both are mixtures, but still we have different pattern. We can see different pattern. In the first case, both after mixing also, both of the constituents are visible to us. But in this case, we are not able to identify which which constituents are present in this after the mixing up. Okay, so for these two cases, what are the classifications? How can we group them? What is the name of these substances? How can we classify them? This is the question for today's session. So let us try to understand the answers to this question in this session. Hello everyone. Welcome to aakaar chemistry classes. We are going through a series of sessions for the chapter Is Matter Around Us Pure? A class 9th chapter. The chapter is Matter Around Us Pure? Okay, we are going through a series of sessions for this chapter, and this is 11th session, number 11th. Okay, and today we are going to understand the classification of mixtures. Okay, we are going to understand about the classification or the groups of mixtures. How can we group them? Okay, so let us try to understand this. But before going further, before proceeding, let us have a relook again, as we are doing always the relook, so that we can understand how much we have gone through the session in the sessions, how much we have completed. So we are going to the relook. Now in this relook, we are having matter. Matter is what? Matter we have already done. It is divided into two parts. It is divided into two classifications on the basis of chemical composition. First one is pure substances and the second one is mixtures. We have completed all the parts of pure substances. We have seen that pure substances can be classified into elements and compounds, as well as we have seen that elements further can be classified into metals, non-metals and metalloids. We have also seen that what are compounds, what are the basic properties of compounds, how they are different from elements, that also we have seen. We have understood that compounds can also be classified into three groups like acids, bases and salts. And now we are going through the sessions of mixtures. Okay. In mixtures, we have understood how the mixtures are made and what is the basic difference between mixtures and compounds. How we should not get confused with compounds and mixtures, because in compounds, every constituents or every element or the atoms, they are combined together chemically. Okay, so these are the compounds and they are having fixed ratios. Okay, but in case of mixtures, we don't have any fixed ratio, and we can see that they are not chemically compounded together. Okay, they are not chemically combined together. Okay, so further what we are going to see in this session, that the mixtures are classified into two parts: homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. We are having two of the categories of mixtures, that are homogeneous and heterogeneous. So let us try to understand about that. Now, what are homogeneous mixtures? Homogeneous mixtures are the substances in which, see, you can see here matter. You can see mixtures. Mixtures are further classified into homogeneous and heterogeneous. Let us try to understand what are homogeneous mixtures. Now, in homogeneous mixture, you can see that homogeneous mixtures are the substances in which you find uniform composition of the constituents. Okay, uniform composition throughout its mass. Uniform composition of what? Uniform composition of its constituents, its components. जो भी जिन components से मिलके mixture बना होता है, वो uniformly distributed होता है. Okay, you can see the components same everywhere. Uniform distribution means it is evenly distributed. ठीक है, जितना जो उसके कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स होते हैं इस मिक्सचर में, होमोजेनियस मिक्सचर में, वो इवनली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड होते हैं, एक बराबर से डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होते हैं. दीज सब्सटेंसेज आर कम्प्लीटली मिक्सड टुगेदर. ये कम्प्लीटली मिक्सड होते हैं. फिर इसके अलावा हम ये भी देखते हैं कि कंपोनेंट्स आर इनडिस्टिंग्विशेबल फ्रॉम वन अनदर. यू आर नॉट एबल टू डिस्टिंग्विश बिटवीन the components when once they are mixed together in homogeneous mixtures. For example, we have seen the sugar solution. When once the sugar was dissolved, it got disappeared. Okay, it disappeared after the solution was made. We are not able to see any more. Okay, so this is what happens in case of homogeneous mixtures. Also, what we can see in homogeneous mixtures, you don't have any there is no visible boundary separation between the various constituents. Okay, as you have seen in sugar solution. Also, mixtures of miscible liquids. As an example, you can consider mixtures of miscible liquids, that is soluble liquids. You can see that those are homogeneous in nature. Okay, they are all homogeneous mixtures. Okay, so in sugar solution, what we mix, sugar and water, but we are not able to distinguish between these two. Okay, then you have to keep in your mind one note. What is the note? That all the homogeneous mixtures are called solutions. Okay, so this is all about your homogeneous mixture. One more thing I would like to tell you, that is about the examples of homogeneous mixtures. So let us try to understand the examples, some more examples of homogeneous mixture. You can see that homogeneous mixtures examples are like salt solution, potassium permanganate, air, kerosene, petrol, vinegar, rainwater. There are alloys which are homogeneous in nature. Okay, now you can see we can separately divide them. Solid mixtures, you can see brass, stainless steel, bronze. In liquid mixture, you can see kerosene, petrol, vinegar. Then you are having gaseous mixture as air. Okay, and rest we are going to see in heterogeneous mixture. This we are going to do in our next session.